Well, CoastLife, we know that when it comes to bird watching, you're probably thinking the warmer months. But did you know that in the wintertime, we get lots of avian visitors that come through this area? And if you would like to check them out with a pro, that's why we've got Jim Rapp with Delmarva Birding Weekends joining us on the CoastLife couch. It's great to see you again.
You all as well. Really excited to be here.
Yeah,
we love having you.
Excited to have you. So this is a great time of year for birders here on Delmarva, whether they're new to the hobby or experienced.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, so you can take the peninsula any season. Water is a draw. So we've got the ocean, we got the bays, we've got the Chesapeake, got the Delaware Bay. But then in between there, marshes, forests, fields, so much habitat that the birds, are kind of specific to where they want to live. But I'm glad you kicked off with the winter. Winter is an undersold season for birding. It is fabulous.
I've definitely gone out sometimes to watch like the different ducks that we get, the waterfowl that come through, and it really is just a whole different animal. Maybe you've noticed the snow geese lately, and all of the snow that we have, which is
on the snow actually.
Yes, which is so different from the last few years where I'm like, oh, it's just the geese, and then like when you see them with the snow, it really is super magical. So what sort of birds are people seeing this time of year when they book a trip with you guys?
Yeah, so back to waterfowl, start there. So, people on birding tours like diversity. They want to get a nice list of things. On a good weekend, we'll get like 120, 130 species. So on the waterfowl, they come here in the winter because of the habitat. So most of these animals are going to fly north in the spring and nest up in Canada, some even in the Arctic. But we are there, like a lot of us want to go to the islands in the summer, we are their islands.
Where they're mild temperatures.
We are typically, and I mean not right now, but because things freeze, they can't get on the water. So they need open water. They need not a lot of snow on the ground to feed. They've still got to feed themselves. So on a good day birding here, we can get up to 30 species of duck, goose, and swan, from little tiny buffleheads out in the bays to the big tundra swans I saw driving in this morning. And apart from that, raptors migrate here. There's even a few little songbirds who nest north, and they come down for the winter. There's still enough food in those trees for things like brown creepers and yellow-bellied sapsuckers. So anyway, the birding is all over the place good here right now.
Yes, yes. I know that people love to take trips with Delmarva Birding Weekends.
We love it too.
Yes. How can people sign up for these trips and keep an eye on your calendar?
Yeah, our best way to do it is delmarvabirding.com. We've got an event coming up in a couple of weeks where we're going to be right here in coastal Delaware. Prime Hook Refuge, Cape Henlopen State Park, Indian River Inlet. One of the highlight tours, or we call them scoters and seals. Scoters, a winter duck, and the seals out on those breakwaters. We'll go out with Fisherman's Wharf, and on those trips, we'll get some of that, on that one, on the birds. There's a little bird called a purple sandpiper that only comes here in the wintertime, and they're out there in the rocks.
I love purple.
Yeah, and they're a little lavender, let's say, but they're still purple. We get birds called great cormorants. There's a bird called a razorbill. We'll get harlequin ducks. These are all animals that are really cool that only are here for a few months and they leave. So on that trip, we're off the breakwaters. We're looking at the birds, the seals, the gray seals, the harbor seals are out there, and we partnered with Dogfish Head, and people have a little sip on the boat if they want to. So it's all good.
Beers, birds, the seals.
It all goes hand in hand. Very,
so
very
Delmarva coded,
Right, it really is.
That's awesome.
One thing that I think before we let you go that's really important to remember that I think you guys enforce when you do book a trip with Delmarva Birding Weekends, but if you're a solo birder, just some of the etiquette, because I know we do have some very special visitors that come from very, very far away to our area, and people need to respect that.
They do. Well said, and thank you for bringing that up. So most of the birds, you're out in the water, they're safely distant in the trees, they flit around. But I will say that this winter already has been a year for snowy owls. And this is a bird, some of the birds go beyond, like, because of Hedwig and Harry Potter or something, everybody wants to go see them. But they need to rest. So when they're sitting on the dunes at Cape Henlopen or at Assateague, most of us get this. Give them their space, but there's a few folks like, I want to get a better picture, and they tiptoe into the dunes and they flush the bird. Imagine someone coming into your bedroom at night and going, hey, wake up, wake up, wake up.
No.
They need to rest, and they're also down here too. They'll feed on the very ducks we just talked about out on the water, so when they're in the dunes in the day, if you got a telephoto lens, that's awesome, but don't get too close. Let them have their space.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of times I see people, post their beautiful snowy owl photos on social media. One thing that I see everybody being very courteous about is not divulging the exact location.
Thank you for that reminder as well, because again, that alerts people to come in and do that. And then be honest, there are some people out there who they want that shot, and they'll go to any extent to do it, but it's not good for the birds.
Yep. Yep. So there you go. Be
reminders.
kind and courteous while we're out there checking in on our bird visitors to Delmarva. They love to see the beach too.
They do.
And make sure you book a trip with Delmarva Birding Weekends, and Jim Rapp will take care of you, and you guys will have tons of fun. Well, Jim, thanks again for coming in today.
Always great to be here, my friends.
Happy to have you.
Of course. And maybe you're not looking for an outdoor adventure this weekend. You're looking to bundle in and watch a movie. We're going to take a sneak peek at one when we get back.